Hi Libra, happy October and a happy birthday. Alright, welcome to your Taroscope this month. This is for Libra Sun, Libra Rising, and of course if you have a little Libra Moon you might want to check in with this one as well. Okay guys, I always say to people, check in on your moon signs too, because sometimes it can take that to just sort of for things to come together. And also if you do have quite a fair bit of Libra in your chart, you may well want to check in here too. Alright, I started before I hit the button guys, so we've already got 12 on the table, so let's see what spirit are going to bring us for the last 4 of your reading. Thank you. Thank you. I want to go with that one, and I want to go with that one. That's it. Okay, Libra, let's get them over. Nice, vibrant, lovely Neptunian blue cards, these. They do have a matte finish, which is how I'm hoping is going to help you visually so you can actually see what we're working with here. First card that's going over is the Page of Coins, guys. Okay. What we got? The second one, fantastic, is Judgment, money, making decisions. Wow. 7 of Cups and sacrifices. Okay, well, not so many, but the Hanged Man does talk about life being in a bit of a suspended state. Alright, so I'm just going to see if I can just make this slightly clearer for you guys. Hopefully you can see a little better on that one. Hopefully you can, that's great. Okay, let's go with this. So, second line out. The 6 of Wands, again, victorious, wanting to come forward. The Sun energies, that's good. Wow, needing to move forward. And it is to do with finances. Okay, right, Libra, I've got to tell you that we've got some fantastic energies in the sky. You guys are going to be heavily influenced by this astrological energy that we've got floating above us, right? Venus, at the end of the day, is crowning both these eclipses. She is both the ruler of Libra and also of Taurus, guys. Okay, so this first solar eclipse, that is going to be happening in your first house. Okay, so we want to get going with something. We want to rebirth life in some way. We want to get moving with this energy of the first. However, we need to remain balanced, and we also need to look at this Page of Coin energy. It could well be that we're waiting on decisions around finances. The 7 of Cups also can take me down an avenue where we need to be realistic, right, around things. And the Hanged Man can often talk to me about degrees of sacrifice, but of course Libra energies is also about negotiation and compromise. And the Hanged Man here can on occasion talk about where we have to look at what we are willing to sacrifice to ultimately achieve a goal. Alright, so 6 of Wands energy does talk about an element of success. The Sun energy, yes, again, this is quite positive, and we are able to move forward with this 6, but I also think it's to do with finances. Okay, so I'm absolutely sure of that. So what is it that we want? Who is it that we want? I think the lunar eclipse coming in that 8th house for you is all about releasing and completing, which we know that anyway with eclipse energy, but it is 8th house energy, and that could be with finances, other people's money, inheritance, anything like this we could be looking at. Yeah, I'm feeling that we are able to move forward, but there is this element of not being disillusioned about something, the fact that we want to move so quickly. Page of Coins again, we've got these new ideas, what we want to do with money, for instance, or what we could do with money. Making decisions could also involve property and house moves, as I'm looking at this. Yeah, wow, Empress energy, yeah, taking control. Wow, The Ace of Wands, again, other opportunities around business. Wow. And the Ace of Coins, guys. So yeah, I do want to go with this. I mean, Libra, you are going to be heavily affected by the energy over this next 6 months to a year. It may well be that we're looking at where do we want to be, who do we want to be with, what do we have to sort out, and the Fool energy. Wow, what a line we've got here. The Empress, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Coins, the Fool. All right, this is powerful stuff. Again, Four of Swords, a degree of I need to sort of calm down a little bit, rest a little bit, gather our thoughts. Certainly, we've got the Nine of Wands, which does tell me that we are ultimately going to get there. But this patience energy is really important. All right, this is Sagittarius energy, guys. It does ask us to be patient, but there is celebration ultimately around finances. So, who of you guys out there are waiting for the, again, this sort of collection, right, is what I want to say. But we do have to be realistic about what we can do to ultimately achieve that goal. So we've got to make decisions around finances, I think. And there is this degree of sacrifice or things hanging the balance slightly is what I want to say to you guys. You know, as I said, it's very, very strong energy, and this solar eclipse in your sign Libra, okay, don't forget that it is actually in your sign Libra. So we are wanting to rebirth something, rebirth life, and we've got to ask, what is that? And if it's love, if it's money, all of these things, but what is it that you want really? So lunar eclipse in the 8th, as I said, it is about releasing the past in some way. So this is very interesting. So it may well be that you've always gone about your life in a certain way, and now we're having to reassess that and look at it again, as to how we can actually go forward and complete these sort of ideas that we've got about how we want to go with money and what we want to do with it. So Page of Coin, if you have been spending a little bit of cash recently, it may well be that we're having to sort of make a few sacrifices here. This Seven of Cup energy certainly does talk to me about getting real about things, emotional, taking emotion out of the equation. And you guys are pretty good on that level, but again, Libra is about love. It is Venus ruled energy, so we've got to make it work for both people here, I feel. So there needs to be a degree of compromise found, and if that's compromises with yourself, Libra, your physical self, that's very important. What is interesting as well is that around the time of the eclipse, we've got Venus that's moved into Virgo, okay, and that's on the 14th, and obviously still going to be there on the 28th. So Venus into Virgo, guys. So again, recognizing our worth, certainly, and it may well be that we're looking at asset. Again, we're looking at what we can actually do, but again, it's to do with money, and I think that. Yeah, and for me, I want to move towards this. I want to get things sorted, but at the end of the day, this is saying to me we have to be realistic as to what we can and we cannot do to achieve that goal. All right. Now, Empress energy down here is very, very interesting. Empress energy for me, she embodies all the elements of the Four Queens. So she's got it all together. So we do have the ability to get the job done, and certainly with this Ace of Wands, but this Ace of Wands it's not overtly aggressive, but at the end of the day, again, the Ace of Wands asks us to be a little bit wise, right, in some ways as well, although it is this sort of fiery energy. There is this need to be wise in how we actually go about achieving what we want to do this month. So the Ace of Coins, again, there is an opportunity. I do feel that there is a gate. Aces for me are always talking to me about gates. All right, so the gates are being offered, okay, But like I said to you, there may well be that there is this need for compromise. So the Fool energy, this card's been out a few times this month. It's beautiful. So here this little mermaid sits on her rock, and you know, we've got the other rocks over there, and you know, who knows, the grass may well be greener, but are we willing to take a risk and take that deep dive, you know, and going towards this new way of doing things? Now, whether or not this is a relationship energy, or whether or not this is, as I said, work, opportunity, business, there's certainly this sensation of hold your nose and jump with this, all right? But because these energies are coming under this, the Hanged Man, all right, sacrifices, not so many but some, and we have to acknowledge limitation. Again, as if we've been put outside. So again, it could be a financial issue that we're dealing with here, guys, as well as your personal life. But the Fool energy, for me, is saying, you know, what are we going to do? You know, there are other ways to do this. And again, this for me isn't about being rational, right? Now, usually you guys are, you're pretty well balanced. But as I said, there is a degree of compromise being required here, all right? That's the way I'm looking at it. I feel that there needs to be some compromise coming in. And I think it may well be that you've got to do that compromising. So either you're going to give yourself a good talking to around something, or you know, it's something that you know that you've got to sort through. So Empress energy, again, this Ace of Wands, Ace of Coins, it's very much geared around finances, guys. Okay, I'm really sorry, Libra, even though it is very much the love season, and there is certainly an opportunity where we could meet other people. Okay, so newness, there is a freshness in the air, certainly with this Sun energy. I like it. All right. However, I think we're pretty much geared around money, finances again this month. Sorry, Libra. But you know, like I said, if you're enjoying your birthday, we've got a nice birthday coming up. But this sensation of the Empress does take me down an avenue where we need to get things sorted out here, all right, with this Empress energy. But there is this, you know, I've got such a good feeling that with an element of negotiation, guys, we can get where we need to go, but we do need to be willing to compromise in some way. You know, this Four of Swords, there's an easing off the pedal with this Four of Swords for me. And again, it does talk about mental energies, but again, Nine of Wands is very interesting. Yeah, Nine of Wands, alright. Might be a little bit weary, alright. That's what I say with that. And again, this Temperance energy. Now, bearing in mind that we've got both Jupiter in Taurus, and we've also got Uranus in Taurus, guys, and so very transformational energy. It can be a little bit chaotic, and so there is this need to sort of find a middle road here, I think, with this energy of Temperance. All right, it's a Sagittarius energy, can involve us with travel, but it's this, again, this sensation of freeing things up around money. Not being delusional about who we are. I mean, it may well be that sometimes we want, when we've got this first house energy, you know, which is naturally a Mars energy, it's Aries, sometimes we want to run before we can actually walk, okay? And it may well be that we do need to keep a check on the health energies as well, coming through. But 8th house energy, yeah, 8th house energy often talks to me about taxes, money, again sorting through, and often other people's money. But it is a very, very deep. I feel as if it's deep desire is what I'm picking up here with that, you know, and where we could do something, we're now recognising, we're not being delusional, we are recognising that we can't actually do that, or there is this need for us to reassess things a little bit. So it could well be that we're sort of getting to a point where this sort of releasing that I feel is going to come, you know, releasing that. And I think that, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, you're definitely weighing up the pros and cons of what you can and what you can't do this month, Libra. And as much as I'd like to give you loads and loads of news about new loves and new, you know, faces, it doesn't mean to say that they're not here, but what I'm getting on the cards at the moment is very much geared around finance. It's about sense and sensibility, about your physical health and what you can and cannot achieve. But I do feel that, you know, we've got the sun coming down here, which is enabling you to move forward. But these two aces are absolutely great, and aces for me are always gate cards, so they are coming, but they are a little bit further down the deck here. And as I said, these eclipses can last for up to 6 months to a year, so it may well be that we're still trying to fathom how to work through what we've got going on here. Okay, so yeah, that's very interesting and not quite what I expected, I've got to be honest, Libra, but hey, I've got to go with the flow. I have to do as I'm told. Yeah, that Six of Wands, you see, there is victory here. You know, we are going to get it together. But it could well be that we have the delays around it. So again, sorry guys, yeah, may well be that you're not quite getting what you want at the moment, but it certainly does become real and tangible. Alright, but it is a little bit further down the line here, guys, so let's have a little look and get some verification cards and see where we're going. Thank you, there's spanner in the works. I was thinking, Spirit going to put a spanner in the works for me here, guys, and it's going to give me something to do with relationship, alright? And can you believe it? I've got the Nine of Cups, but at the end of the day, the Nine of Cups, it is, you know, it's said to be the wish of the heart, alright? Now, whatever your emotional needs are, and again, we have worked through sort of quite a financial spread, but the moon energy does talk about a need for clarity, and the moon, as I said, we have this solar eclipse coming, and then we've got this lunar eclipse coming on at the end of the month, alright? And I think that, yeah, moon energy can be very confusing. You know, we don't see well with moon energy. We see much brighter outcome with the sun, which of course we have on the table. But as I said, the wish of the heart is achievable. You know, whatever it is that we need to do, whatever it is we need to revisit, then ultimately we can. Okay, thank you. Bringing me another one. Wow, I cannot believe it. And there are the fresh avenues, guys. And if I pick this up again, okay, we have the Fool here as well in the other deck. So, yeah, Libra, you're going to get there, all right? But there is a need to recognise, I spoke a lot of this last August, September about boundaries, and to recognise a degree of limitation, okay? And all of that, of course, is to do with the Saturn in the sky, in Pisces energy. You know, we can only do what we can do. But this is certainly taking me down a while here, but ultimately we do get what we want. So yeah, working it out, Libs, working it out this month. But we don't want to stand on heads to do it. That's not in your nature. But at the end of the day, we are going to get it. It is achievable. So whatever it is you're chasing, guys, to do with, you know, career, financial, anything like that. And if it is a love interest for you guys, although I don't have many cups on the table here, we do get there, but it's going to take time. So, oh, you know, we've got to find that middle road, and that's what you guys are all about. But also that middle road for the self as well. You know, what is it that we need to act upon? How do we need to do it? And my advice would be just take your time, just find a balance. So even though there may be a degree of urgency, right, and we are concerned around money and how we're going to achieve that, the Libra energies, of course, does talk to me about, how can I put this? Yeah, just finding a compromise, guys. I'm just going to cut them. Well, Yeah, two of wands. I've just cut them. Right, so we are actually going to get there, but I think it's going to take some time before we actually find where we're really comfortable and we have a solution to the problem and there is some sort of resolution to it. This energy of the solar eclipse in the sky, Libra, I'll just tag this in for you. We do have Pluto in Capricorn square the North Node, square Eris, and Eris can be a little bit problematic. You know, and ironically, we've also got a trine which is basically a little bit more free flowing, but it is going to relationship energies in Leo, and what that basically is saying to me, it could be a little bit disruptive. And although you're all about peace, love, and harmony, guys, it may well be that we do have to again work through a few issues. I think if it is a relationship bond that we're trying to sort out. So again, guys, take it slowly. You know, just take it slow, and ultimately you'll get the judgment that we're looking for. Okay, Libra, I hope that's helped you, my friends. Please click like, please click share, give me a thumbs up, would be really helpful. And as I said, if you know anybody who would like to subscribe to the channel, it's always great to have new followers, and I really appreciate your time. And I will get back to you next month. Okay, Libra, take it easy. God bless. Bye now.